Three missed penalties, one criminal defensive blackout, and a powerhouse nation's World Cup dream left in literal ashes in the brutal Mexican heat. Nobody saw a collapse of this magnitude coming. This is the raw, unedited story of how the Netherlands blew an entire generation legacy in a single catastrophic night against Morocco. A tactical masterclass that turned into a horror movie, exposing a fatal flaw in Dutch football that Ronald Koeman could not fix. The tension inside the Monterrey Stadium was thick enough to cut with a knife. For 70 straight minutes, Morocco's dynamic 4-2-3-1 formation choked out every single ounce of Dutch creativity. Frankie de Jong looked trapped, Virgil van Dijk looked stressed, then came the 72nd minute. Cody Gakpo playing through a level of personal heartbreak most of us can't even fathom after losing his unborn son just days earlier. Unleashes a strike that breaks the deadlock. The stadium explodes. Gakpo points to the heavens, tears streaming down his face. It felt like destiny. It felt like the goal that would define the Netherlands' 2026 World Cup run. But football is cruel, and what followed was a lesson in tactical arrogance. Instead of using the momentum to bury Morocco, Ronald Koeman panicked. He chose safety over aggression. He switched to an ultra defensive shell, pulling off Nathan Ake and telling his team to park the bus. You do not park the bus against the Atlas Lions. Not when they have the entire stadium turning Monterrey into a cauldron in Rabat. Koeman's rigidity invited a relentless Moroccan storm. Ashraf Hakimi started bombing forward, slicing the Dutch wings to pieces. The Orange completely stopped playing. They stopped passing. They were praying for the final whistle. And when you pray for survival instead of fighting for it, you get punished. Stoppage time, 91st minute, Morocco wins a corner. Look at the tape. Virgil van Dijk is tracking his man, but the rest of the Dutch backline completely freezes. It's a total mental blackout. Issa Diop rises completely unmarked in the 6-yard box. Boom. Equalizer 1-1. The Dutch players look like they have seen a ghost. Koeman's defensive master plan completely self-destructed in a matter of seconds. Extra time was pure survival horror for the Netherlands. Morocco smelled blood. They dominated possession, popping the ball around like a training session. The definitive nail in the coffin came in the 110th minute. Frankie de Jong, the only man capable of holding the Dutch midfield together, clutches his right leg. He's done. Forced off for Martin de Roon with Frankie gone, the Netherlands completely lost their compass. They entered total damage control, praying for penalties. But here's the massive twist that left millions of fans watching at home in absolute disbelief. The penalty shootout was not just a loss, it was a psychological massacre. Morocco opened the door wide open, Neil El Ayunai missed his kick, Ashraf Hakimi hit the post, the Netherlands had multiple golden opportunities to take total control of the shootout. Instead, the Dutch forwards suffered an unprecedented collective meltdown. Justin Kluivert, post. Quinter Timber, wide left. Crescencio Somerville, denied cleanly by Yassine Bono. Three missed penalties in a single World Cup knockout stage. It's a statistic that will haunt Dutch sports history forever. When Ismael Saibari stepped up and calmly slotted the winning penalty past Bart Verbruggen, he didn't just win a game, he exposed a complete lack of cold-blooded DNA in his modern Dutch squad. This 2-3 shootout disaster changed absolutely everything for both nations. For the Netherlands, this is the end of an era. Ronald Koeman's second straight as manager is facing a toxic wave of criticism back home, and his job is hanging by a thread. This was supposed to be Virgil van Dijk's crown tournament legacy, but instead, it ends in the round of 32. The media in Amsterdam is already calling for a complete squad rebuild. Meanwhile, Morocco proves to the entire globe that their historic 2022 semi-final run was no fluke. As the reigning African champions, they are playing with the swagger of a true world superpower. They move on to face co-host Canada in the round of 16, and right now nobody wants to play them. Ronald Koeman tried to play not to lose, and in doing so, he guaranteed a heartbreaking exit. But I want to hear from you. Was this historic collapse entirely on Koeman's cowardly defensive tactics? Or did the players completely fail the nation by missing three straight penalties when it mattered most? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. I'm reading and reply to every single one. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more deep dive football drama here on Soccer Mates. See you next time.